And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this weekend edition on the 24th day of September 2022. And Brisbane is looking beautiful today with 22 degrees and sunny. Well, some people are enjoying this extra long weekend. Some are just back to their normal things with that one day off. As we know that on the 22nd we had the Australia mourned and marked the passing away of Queen Elizabeth II, also welcoming the King Charles III. Well, right now let's get on with the news, because we have news today and we have some clippets of last night's Let's Nacho Garba night. And of course, tomorrow is our big music junction back again after the short break of India Day Fair. So the Music Junction is back, yes, last Sunday of the month, and that's tomorrow. So tomorrow is Music Junction once again hosted by Ajay Savi. And we have some wonderful artists. We'll give you a sneak preview of that show later in today. We'll have the Daily India Report. And just to let you know that next week, there would be interrupted series. There may be some days where we may be, hosting the show. Sometimes it might not happen because we might be away as well. So, just bear with us and we'll try and get the news as soon as we can and the channel back up and running. Well, right now, here's the top news for today.
On ABC News, a senior figure inside Optus has told the ABC a massive cyber attack was likely exploited by a flaw in the company's IT system. An early investigation suggests hackers were able to breach the telco through a test network, inadvertently allowing the cyber criminals to steal personal details of potentially millions of customers. Optus has strenuously denied the insiders' claims of human error. Residents in the New South Wales town of Gunnedah are being told to prepare for major flooding. Authorities are warning water levels in the Namoy River may be higher than the levels experienced last weekend. The flood peak is forecast to reach Narrabri on Monday. Volunteers are trying to refloat the last remaining survivors of a mass pilot whale stranding on Tasmania's west coast. Preparations are also being made to dispose of about 190 whale carcasses that are strewn along the beach.
It's the last 4 to 6 weeks.
And thousands of people have lined the banks of the Yarra River for this year's AFL Grand Final parade. Players from the Sydney Swans and Geelong Cats took a boat ride along the river before taking part in a motorcade parade. It's the first time in 3 years the Grand Final is being held in Melbourne.
So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, the top news for today. Well, of course, we have talked about, the passing away of the longest reigning queen in British history. But what does it mean for us here in Australia?
For 2 weeks, Australians have been told that out of respect for the Queen, it's not been right to talk about constitutional change. But today, commemoration of the sovereign merged with bigger, more complex questions of sovereignty.
In Aboriginal culture, sorry business is deeply important.
The Minister for Indigenous Affairs spoke in admiration of the Queen, but said for First Nations people, the monarchy's legacy is fraught.
As a primary school student, we saluted the flag and sang God Save the Queen. I also grew up not being counted as an Australian and not enjoying the same citizenship rights as others did.
Linda Burney is leading the government's push to enshrine an Indigenous voice to Parliament in the Constitution, which will require a referendum. The voice considered by Labor to be a higher priority than the Republic.
What the world of colonialism has meant, and know deeply still the pain of the frontier wars.
Anger, distress, hurt and frustration by First Nations people who, unfortunately, their sorry business does not end today.
Passion stirred, views and perspectives contrasting.
First Nations people have never ceded sovereignty. They were massacred, their lands and children stolen.
We can be grateful that it was in fact the British who settled here before the many other possible colonists.
The Queen's death put government business in effective hibernation for a fortnight. Parliament will sit next week to catch up on time lost. Labor to introduce legislation for a national anti-corruption commission on Tuesday, once Anthony Albanese's team has seen it first. Andrew Probyn, ABC News, Canberra.
And back to business, and it could be quite tricky and some very controversial and insightful discussions. The deliberations must go on and it must be put to rest ASAP. Well, as promised, here's some snippets of last night's. And a very beautiful Let's Nacho Garba night put on by Chinmaya Mission. And it was wonderful to see the live band there, the Bridge Raga Band group, and they're very good. And of course, Binny doing justice there, the whole show. She was assisted on some of the vocals with the male singer, but she did the whole show single-handedly. Well done, and that was very wonderful. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to our daily India report.
Welcome to the Daily India Report that brings you reports, interviews, features and more on India and the Indian diaspora. Rajasthan State strongman and veteran Indian National Congress leader Ashok Gehlot will step down as Rajasthan Chief Minister to contest elections for the national president of the party.
Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is likely to be the next president of Congress but will have to step down as Chief Minister of Rajasthan State. Gehlot, seen as the nominee of Gandhi's, announced his decision to enter the fray while submitting to the insistence to quit his position in Jaipur. Gehlot had on September 21st declared his intent to continue as Rajasthan CM even if he was elected as Congress chief. But he gave up his insistence after Rahul Gandhi declared that the new party chief would have to adhere to the one-man, one-post principle. Rahul said, quote, What we decided in Udaipur is a commitment of the Congress. So I expect that the commitment will be maintained." End quote. Immediately afterward, Gehlot termed Rahul's position correct, saying that no Congress president has ever been a chief minister. The development on the sensitive issue came hours after Congress Election Authority Chairman Madhusudan Mistry on September 22nd issued the much-awaited notification to announce the start of the election process, which is likely to witness a contest after 22 years. Seen as the leadership's choice and a front-runner in the clash that may pit him against Kerala State MP Shashi Tharoor, Gehlot joined Rahul for a few hours in the Bharat Jodo Yatra at Kochi, as Sachin Pilot did on September 21st. While the outcome of a Gehlot versus Tharoor clash may be something in the future, now the real question is who will replace Gehlot in Jaipur.
Opposition heavyweights will join the Indian National Lok Dal's rally in Haryana state on September 25th.
Group of opposition leaders including Bihar Chief Minister and JD leader Nitish Kumar, NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, Shiv Sena's Uddhav Thackeray and DMK's Kanimozhi will be attending the Indian National Lok Dal's rally in Haryana's Fatehabad on September 25th. JD Chief Spokesperson KC Tyagi said RJD leader and Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi Yadav, National Conference leader Farooq Abdullah, CPI Sitaram Yechuri and BJP leader Birendra Singh have also given their consent to attend the rally to mark the birth anniversary of former Deputy Prime Minister and INLD founder Devi Lal. The coming together of so many regional satraps is being seen as an effort towards opposition unity, and Nitish Kumar and RJD President Lalu Prasad are also likely to meet Congress President Sonia Gandhi after the rally to take the process forward. The presence of so many opposition leaders, all heavyweights in their states, on one platform will be as a fillip to the efforts for unity among the non-BJP forces. INLD leader and former Haryana Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala has also sent invitations to several other regional bigwigs, including West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and TDP's Chandrababu Naidu for attending the public meeting.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Japan to attend the state funeral of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
Prime Minister Modi will visit Japan on September 27th to attend the state funeral of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Modi will also separately meet Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida during the visit. More than 50 world leaders, including Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and US Vice President Kamala Harris are expected to attend the funeral. A top Japanese official was quoted as saying that Japan wants to hold as many summit meetings as possible on the margins in order to show people in and outside the country the resolve in inheriting the diplomatic assets left by Abe and developing them. Abe, Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister, enjoyed a great personal rapport with Modi. Abe was shot dead on July 8th while delivering a campaign speech in Western Japan ahead of the House of Councillors election on July 10th.
In a significant show of support, US President Joe Biden has backed the inclusion of India as a permanent member of the UNSC.
US President Joe Biden has supported India, Germany and Japan for permanent membership of a reformed United Nations Security Council, a senior official of the Biden administration has said. Biden, in his address at the UN General Assembly on September 21st, reiterated his commitment to reforming the UNSC. He said, quote, "The US supports increasing the number of both permanent and non-permanent representatives of the Council. This includes permanent seats for those nations we've long supported," end quote. Biden pointed out that the time had come for the institution to become more inclusive so that it could better respond to the needs of today's world. Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar meanwhile said, without India as a permanent member of the UNSC was not good, and the UNSC transformation was overdue. Speaking at Columbia University, Jaishankar said within a few years, India would be the third largest economy and the most populous society in the world. At present, the UNSC has 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent member countries elected for 2-year terms. India's 2-year tenure at the UNSC will end in December.
Continuous heavy rainfall in the Indian capital city of Delhi and adjoining areas brought life to a standstill on September 22nd. More rains are expected for the next 3 days.
Heavy rains lashed Delhi and adjoining areas of the National Capital Region on September 22nd, resulting in waterlogging and traffic snarls in parts of the city. Following the rains, a large number of people in the national capital had to face commuting issues while travelling due to waterlogging at different places. According to the India Meteorological Department, rainfall recorded in the city during the past 9 hours, ending at 17:30 hours, was 31.2 millimeter. The spell of rain resulted in a dip in temperature as the maximum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius, 7 degrees below normal. A forecast of more rain in the coming 2 to 3 days had resulted in schools being shut in Noida and Greater Noida for classes 1st to 8th. The district administration of the Gautam Budh Nagar district declared that schools for classes 1st to 8th will remain shut on September 23rd because of the heavy rainfall. The Indian Meteorological Department has also issued a yellow alert in Delhi. According to IMD, moderate rain is expected on September 23rd, 24th and 25th. The rainfall over Delhi NCR is on account of a cyclonic circulation over northwestern Madhya Pradesh and southwestern Uttar Pradesh states. The IMD said that the system is likely to persist over the same area for the next 24 hours.
The board of the Indian multinational conglomerate Tata Group has decided to merge all its metal companies into one parent company, namely Tata Steel.
The Board of Directors of India's Tata Group has approved the amalgamation of all metal companies of Tata Group into Tata Steel. The company board in its meeting on September 22nd approved the merger of its 7 metal companies with its parent metal company Tata Steel Limited. The 7 metal companies of the Tata Group that will be merged with Tata Steel are Tata Steel Long Products Limited, the Tin Plate Company of India Limited, Tata Metallics Limited, TRF Limited, the Indian Steel and Wire Products Limited, Tata Steel Mining Limited and S&T Mining Company Limited. The Tata Group informed Indian stock market exchanges about the decision and said the board of directors of the company at its meeting held on September 22, 2022, considered and approved the schemes of amalgamation of the 7 companies. Each scheme is subject to the receipt of approval from the requisite majority of the shareholders of the respective transferor companies and transferee company, competent authority, SEBI, stock exchanges and other such approvals, permissions and sanctions of regulatory and other statutory or governmental organizations, quasi-judicial authorities as necessary as per applicable laws.
Reliance Retail is in talks to get...
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Daily India Report for today. Well, right now it's time to go to the interview for today. We are going to be talking about something very, very important. As we know, we're coming on to the Mental Health Month. So with that, to talk about upcoming event, we'd like to welcome to the show Arpit Singh, the Vice President of Gopia, Queensland. Welcome to the show, Arpit.
Thank you so much, Umeshji. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay, so now let's talk about the seminar. And when I was talking about that, what came to mind was your last mental health seminar, and I think the tagline there was, let's talk about it. Oh, talk about it, why don't you? Something like that. So, okay, moving on. Why is there a need for a mental health seminar?
Yes, that's a really good question, Umeshji, and that's what I was thinking of starting out with as well. As we all know, there's quite a lot of awareness about mental health issues, but people still, hold back from talking about it openly, and that stigma and that taboo of talking about mental health issues is still there in our society. And it should be as simple as, talking about any other physical ailments. But unfortunately, that's not there. And because of that, a lot of mental health issues increase because people are suffering in silence and they're not getting an opportunity to talk about it fully and openly. And to validate those facts, I've got these statistics here with me. So in the recent census, the Australian census that happened, it was found out that over 2 in 5 Australians aged between 16 to 85 years had experienced a mental disorder at some time in their life. Now, also 1 in 5 had a 12-month mental disorder, and anxiety was the most common group of 12 mental health disorders. So that explains that people are not talking about it, but it's there, and it's a known fact that each one of us goes through a subliminal anxiety or depression issues, but we're just not talking about it. So this is an initiative from my side and from GoPure Queensland in bringing this topic in discussion and starting a conversation especially within our community.
And that is very, very important. And one of the points that came to mind when you talked about, what the mental status and the mental health is, it goes back, in the prehistoric times, even in our mythologies. But people didn't know it then. I was just reading someone's interpretation of Bhagavad Gita. And they talked about the Arjun when he said to Krishna that why should I be fighting, and what is my role? And there Sanjay, who is reciting that, he uses the word that out of pity. But the person who is diagnosed this book, he says it wasn't pity; it was his mental disorder. His mind was not set, and there was other cases of that mental health, slight disorders in Arjuna, and so there was a kiva for that, which is Arjun kiva, which is another topic. But it has been there, and it has been for a long time. But you really need to identify. So what is the aim of the seminar? What do we aim to get out of this seminar?
Yes, Umeshji. So basically, as we know that everyone's going through the effects of this busy lifestyle that we all live in this day and age. Especially after COVID, people have realized the importance of getting out in the community and socializing with people. But that's also a challenge because everyone's been within their houses, limited there for so long. So getting out and socializing is also a big task. So bringing out these topics makes people feel that they're not the only ones suffering. So basically, this year we've got the theme of it can be summarized in 3 words. The first is acknowledge, second is understanding, and the third is acting. So we'll be focusing on these 3 aspects of the whole mental health conversation, beginning with acknowledging all the facts and all the disorders and problems that we have, the understanding why it is what it is, and then coming up with action plans and strategies on how to mitigate that. And the aim is basically not just mental health awareness, but going beyond the awareness and actually making the whole society, whoever's coming, and all of us having those tools and strategies to be able to tackle any such incident in our lives or in the lives of our near and dear ones.
And that is so wonderful. As Techland says, awareness and beyond. So that is very, very well said. And acknowledge, understand, and act. And the action is really need to be taken right now. So that is wonderful. So moving on, all the people who come there, so what would be, a good outcome, and what would be some expected takeaways from the seminar?
Of course. So first of all, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to, having a nice 3-course lunch at the iconic Brisbane City Hall, which is obviously a really good venue to go and mingle with people. The turn of events would be, there'll be a presenter from Black Dog Institute presenting a talk, and that girl has a lived experience of depression, so she'll be talking about that, which is very encouraging for people to talk about their issues. Then we'll have a panel discussion where we'll have academics from University of Queensland, QUT, and we'll have psychologists, psychiatrists, people from the government, and a wide range of people for a proper discussion that we can have in terms of the theme of the show, which is acknowledge, understand, and act. We'll open the floor to the Q&A session to the audience, and we'll have a very special dance performance by one of our community groups as well. So that's the flow of events, and there'll also be a movie screening, which will talk about the mental health issues further.
It sounds very good, and it looks like you've got a very good program. Going by the last one that you did, was very well received and very good feedback. So it's looking very, very good. Really looking forward to this event. Now, of course, our event of this nature cannot come about without the support. So, what sort of support have you got? Who and which organizations have supported you?
Absolutely, you absolutely read my mind there, Umeshji. I was just thinking of the people who've supported us, and this year we've got major fundings from Brisbane City Council and the Queensland Mental Health Commission, and we're very grateful for both these bodies to come on board with us and support this initiative within our community. We also have our special sponsors, Councillor Sandy Landers is there to support us as one of the sponsors. Cornerstone Law Offices, Pravanita Singh Pillai and Bob Pillai, they've always been supporters of our events, and especially this initiative. And we have Copycat Printing, again, Nisarg Shah. He's a very dear friend of Gopio and mine, and he supports all these causes as well. We have, of course, Australian Indian Radio and Brisbane Indian Times as well, supporting us in all our endeavors. And with the support of this huge team, we look forward to having everyone at this special lunch.
Wonderful to see that you've got good support, especially you got on board Black Dog Institute, Queensland Mental Health Commission, and you mentioned Brisbane City Council. So it is very good to see that kind of support. Now, of course, you mentioned Brisbane City Council and the iconic City Hall. Well, of course, venue-wise, you couldn't get a better venue, a more pleasing venue where there is, you sit down, cool, calm, enjoy in the, that good environment that gives you very good vibes there as well. Okay, so the venue
good value as well. Sorry to interject. It's pretty good value for money. We've tried to keep the ticket price as low as we could because, understandably, we would like more people to attend and be able to afford the ticket price. And I believe that the ticket cost more than justifies the offerings of the event, more than justifies the cost of the ticket. It's a 3-course lunch with drinks included, and with an amazing show at an iconic venue.
And of course, you can't get better than that. So there's good value for money. And it's thanks to the sponsors that, they could host an event of such magnitude with such a reasonable price. Well, so thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing this very important information, especially in the Mental Health Month of and this mental health awareness. It is the will of people like you who put forward ideas like this and put this plan to action and make it happen. Otherwise, it will always get put in the too hard basket, and no one will do it. So the more, the better. And in this day and age, people are talking about many things which they traditionally kept away, were taboo many times, many subjects. So kudos on you, to bringing this out, bringing it out to the community and raising this awareness. So Arpit, finally, is there any concluding remarks?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Umeshji. It's people like me can only do so much. It's also because of the community support and the community leaders like yourself who believe in the the vision and support us. basically, I would just like to invite each and every individual who's listening to this show to come and support this event. There would be many takeaways when you walk out of this event, like the feedback that we received last year, and it will definitely impact your life in one way or another, and will give you tools and techniques to deal with your life and to handle situations in your friends and families' lives as well. So please do come, and we'll make sure it's an event worth coming to.
And of course, it will be. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Gopia Queensland presents Mental Health Awareness and Beyond. Acknowledge, Understand and Act. And this is going to be held on the 25th of September from 11:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. at Brisbane City Hall, the main auditorium, King George Square. And you can go to events at humantix.com and you can find the link there. Also, you can go on our website and our Facebook pages, and anyway, you all need to do is just, even if you can't find any of this, just Google that, you'll find the link. And I'd highly recommend that, you book in as soon as you can and come to this very, very important look. People go to many kinds of functions and events, but this is very important. This is the need of the day. This is what's happening in our community. And it will be wonderful to have all your company there. Come find out for yourself what's happening out there during this mental health awareness seminar. So once again, Arpit, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Umeshi. Thanks.
So ladies and gentlemen, just letting you know that this is happening tomorrow, the Mental Health Awareness Seminar, 25th of September, tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., Brisbane City Hall. If you'd like to attend, please contact me or send us a message via Facebook. Well, right now, it's time to have a sneak preview of what's going to be happening tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is our Music Junction. Once again, it will be much better hosted than what I try to present because RJ Savi will be here, your popular host for the Music Junction. But tomorrow we are introducing a very young star, and here's a sneak preview.
एक बारिया राहत को मैं बेचारा एक बारिया भी जाया एक बारिया राहत को मैं बेचारा एक बारिया ढल रही शाम है इसकी आदत बनी है तेरी यारियां चांद हूँ मैं तू है तारा एक बारिया भी जा यारा एक बारिया
So there you go. That's our young budding star. You'll find out all about her tomorrow at 6 p.m. when RJ Sabi is here. Well, of course, our next star is a very, very renowned singer, Sekharlal, all the way from Melbourne.
लेता हूँ तेरी खुशबू आती है एक महका महका सा पैगाम लाती है मेरे दिल की धड़कन भी तेरे गीत गाती है पल पल दिल के पास तुम रहती हो
Excuse those bloopers. Well, that is Shekhar Lal. Well, this is just a very quick sneak preview, but tomorrow will be different. So yes, that's Shekhar Lal, and of course, our third artist is Sarbani Soor, and we have heard her before, but she is just amazing. So there are, ladies and gentlemen, something to look forward for tomorrow's the Music Junction, which will be at 6 p.m. The monthly Music Junction presented by RJ Sabi coming your way tomorrow from 6 p.m. on Australian Indian Radio social media channels, meaning the Facebook Live and of course on our YouTube channel as well. We'd love to see you all there tomorrow. Well, until tomorrow, it's goodbye from us from this weekend special, and it's been wonderful having your company. So until tomorrow, as I said, it's goodbye.